What's up, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Otaku Kickback Sessions. I am one of your two co-hosts, Easy the Shinobi. Happy 2025. Hope everything is well with y'all. Hope y'all are doing good at the start of the year, kicking the ass of your New Year's resolutions. And as always, it's my co-host for the show, the one, the only, my homie, my compa, and an aspiring mimic tamer, Green Specter.
What you mean by that?
What do you think I mean by that? Well, remember when we were talking about in the car, basically last weekend, we were talking about Dungeons and Dragons, and you said, you know what would be a good idea if I learned how to tame a mimic?
Yeah, because it'd be funny.
But
Imagine all the funny shit I can get into.
what if the motherfucker turns on you?
Nah, see, he's tamed. All right, he can't turn against me. If anything, I'll turn against him.
Why would you turn against your own mimic?
Sacrificial lamb.
God. All right, so let me play this out. What if you turn against your own mimic and stuff, right? And then you kill him, but you come upon a situation where you need a mimic.
Well, sucks to suck.
You're just calling it basically calling it like it is at that point.
Pretty
Game is
much.
game. What?
Pretty much. The DM has it out for me, and I got fucked.
At that point, you just basically kick the table and just bitch slap the DM.
Exactly.
Alright, so basically, first episode of the year, we're doing good. We're kicking it off with a bit more energy on these Saturday afternoons. And you know what, man? Let's get into it. Top 10 hentais of all time, in your opinion. Let's go. Name them.
No.
Nah.
I'm keeping my top 10 to myself because I don't want them to be ruined. So, thank you very much.
No, we're not that much of a cochino. No. Resort Boyne is an actual resort somewhere in Hawaii. Trust me, I looked it up.
No, sure.
Nah, for real. That's what I was trying to search up on vacation. I was like, oh, this doesn't seem nice. It totally
I
is.
wonder if I can lay pipe in Resort Boeing, just like in the hentai.
There's a hentai called that. I thought it was a legit hotel.
Yeah, sure.
I plead the fifth. I'm even my innocence.
Innocence my ass.
What you mean?
I've seen your browser history.
I've
You
seen
ain't
yours.
that innocent.
Yeah, no, I've seen yours too.
What you mean? I'm always on incognito mode. There is
Nah.
no history.
Nah, I seen your book where it's featured mañazo.
Sure you did.
Nah. Anyways, let's get into some anime news. So, I will say that. Oh, actually, let's pick up on something that we previously were talking about or following in some of the other episodes.
The Sony Kodakawa thing.
Yes, sir.
So, Sony has now officially closed a deal with Kodakawa, and they now are the largest shareholder of Kodakawa, owning 10.11% of his shares as of today.
Okay.
What that means for the future, who knows? Maybe Sony will start pumping out better shit and, not plastic fantastic crap.
Yeah, hopefully. One would hope, but I mean, they did waste a lot of money on Concord, so that's
That was their fault for trying to be woke.
yeah. But let's not get too much into that. I think pretty much the history of events already speaks for itself. But yeah, now Sony now owns a large share of not Concord of Kadokawa, which also means they also own a large share of FromSoft Studios because that was under Kadokawa as well. Yeah, I guess so. Pretty much this was I guess the compromise or the better case scenario since Kadokawa didn't want to be sold to a foreign entity. We'll see.
Even though Sony is technically a foreign entity.
Yeah, seeing as how now they're more based right here in California. Well, we'll see. One could only hope that Kadokawa just keeps pumping out stuff that we enjoy.
Let's talk about a funny thing.
Ooh, I like funny things.
Yeah, what do you think about Deer Simulator?
Uh, Honestly, I've never played it. Like I know of Goat Simulator.
Deer Simulator, you're pretty much a deer fucking shit up, shooting koalas hanging on the side of the building.
You get to shoot koalas?
Oh, well, it's just this one big ass koala that's hanging on the side of a big ass building. If you shoot it, it fires laser eyes at you and kills you.
Yo, what kind of crackdown game is this?
You can replace your antlers with handguns and shoot people.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Deer Simulator is really funny.
Yo, okay.
Now,
So,
what if I told you Deer Simulator got a free DLC?
okay. So, is it kind of like a new skin? Is it like an added, like you get to shoot a bazooka at at a farmhouse, or what's
It's
going on?
a collaboration with my dear friend Nokotan.
Really?
Yeah. Uh, the way it's a free DLC, hashtag not sponsored, but it's just funny as shit. You can do the Nokotan with a crowd of people, and they mimic the dance that you see in the anime. The way you acquire the Nokotan stuff is you have to go around the map, look for a dude with a TV for a head with the Nokotan face icon. Defeat him. Now you can do all the Nokotan stuff, get into antics, do all the funny shit. It's just there's really no explaining how funny it is. The fact that Deer Simulator has been out for a few years and Nokotan is just like, hey, this is a game about a deer fucking shit up and doing funny shit. You want to have a collab?
You know what I would call this? I would call this the perfect collaboration.
It is. It's just hilarious as shit.
No, because you imagine essentially getting the Nokotan skin, and then basically she ends up growing fucking pistols out of her antlers and stuff.
No, God.
Man.
It's just really hilarious. And the police is a bunch of sheep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nah, man. All right, no, I'm very enticed now to go try to start trying Deer Simulator, so that way I can try to get the Nokotan skin.
Yeah, it's just really hilarious.
Uh, nice. All right, so what more you got for us?
7 years ago today, skilled teaser Tagai-san premiered the
Really?
anime.
8 years ago?
7 years ago.
Oh, 7 years ago. Damn,
Yep. As of today, the anime premiered.
that's a pretty long time.
And 8 years ago today,
Hmm.
Miss Kobayashi's cannot speak today. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid premiered 8 years ago today.
Wow, it doesn't really seem that long too either. Because I mean, I knew it premiered in the 2010s or like in the middle of the 2010s, but man, it feels like time flew.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I got 8 years of Lukua.
Like in those are the best. That's the best 8 years of your life, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't complain either. Fucking 8 years of Elma. It's just shit. 8 years of my favorite water dragon Glen. Perfect.
Now let's go on to some delays.
Oh yeah, because I did see something a few days ago that there was going to be some delays for some of the English subs of some of the current anime this season, right?
Yes. The following episodes for the English dubs are set to be delayed on Crunchyroll due to severe weather conditions. Blue Lock Season 2, Episode 11. MF Ghost Season 2, Episode 11. Natsume's Book of Friends Season 7, Episode 11. Afutera Season 3, Episode 10 and 11. You Are Miss Servant, Episode 11. Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Episode 23. Those are the list of English dub animes that are set to be delayed due to severe weather conditions. I left my A rank party to help my former students reach the dungeon depths.
Hmm.
It is listed to have 24 episodes.
Hmm. Okay, well, that sounds pretty good.
The Apothecary Diary Season 2 is listed to have 24 episodes. Along with that, it is set to start on January 10, 2025 and will have two consecutive courts.
Oh, okay. So basically, does it explain like how many episodes are each court?
So far, it only sets probably the first two episodes,
Oh, okay.
but who knows?
I would picture it would probably be like essentially the first court would probably be like 13 episodes, and then the second court probably be 12, or at least vice versa.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I can see it happening.
Sakamoto Days Part 1 is listed with 11 episodes, and Part 2 is set to air in July 2025 on Netflix. Still no information on how many episodes Part 2 will have.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's pretty standard, at least for whenever it comes to the two part stuff.
And for everyone who's into, I guess, somewhat romance anime,
Mm-hmm.
Honey Lemon Soda anime is set to list with 24 episodes.
24 episodes. Okay. I mean, it's pretty standard for romance anime stuff too. So.
Yeah, and for those who don't know about the anime,
Mm-hmm.
after middle school, with its bullying and nicknames, Ulka is excited for a fresh start at Hichimatsu High School. Kai Mora, a cool, uninhibited boy, sits next to her in class. Ulka remembers she met Kai in middle school, and with a single word, he had convinced her to attend Hachimatsu High. Through his popular, though he's popular, Kai supports Ulka and her efforts to fit in with his new classmates and become friends with more people.
Okay. Okay, so it's pretty much kind of like your standard shy girl and popular guy manga.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, that sounds. I mean, for the most part, it does sound pretty legit.
For the next one, the Autumn Heroines Fight for Survival anime adaptation is announced. No set release date yet.
Yeah, like you know what's it about?
It is about a orphaned by a monster attack on her village. Young Alicia spends 3 horrid years in an orphanage before finally running away. She flees. However, Alicia is has a violent encounter with an older woman hell bent on killing her. During the tussle, she comes into control with a strange crystal that bestows upon her wealth of knowledge, transforming her from an innocent child into a cold but calculated planner. Now aware
Hmm.
that she was meant to be a protagonist from an autumn game and designed with a supposed fate, Alicia decides to take matters into her own hands and become strong by any means necessary. Using her newfound knowledge, with some help from strangers she meets in the woods, she learns to survive by herself in a world far too harsh and unforgiving for a girl her age. Ready or not, she is determined to carve her own path.
Okay. I don't know. At least judging from the description, that sounds like a pretty badass anime.
Yeah, and if you want to read it, the translated chapters is 21 so far, but the it has 23
No,
chapters.
so
So
that's
21 translated chapters, but so far it has 23 chapters.
okay. Okay, so that's not too bad. And pretty much, I think you did mention that it's getting an anime adaptation, right?
Yes, it is getting an anime, but no release date announced yet.
Okay, so I mean, it probably sounds like it probably will be either late 2025 or early 2026 in this case, unless they do have something set up already to get it released in the summer. So,
And aside from that, we have a manga that is going to end. Beats Motion will be ending on January 25 with 48 chapters. The manga is a winner of Jump Plus Million Tags competition and is guaranteed to get an anime adaptation, which will be streaming on Netflix.
Okay.
For those who don't know about what the manga is, it is a series of coming of age romance involving a man and a woman who suddenly meet again. Uh, Tatsuho is fascinated by creating an anime as a kid, but after his classmate determined his drawings disgusting, he gives up his passion. He then becomes interested in performing in a band in junior high, but gave up due to his lack of talent. He subsequently goes to college and decides to become an animator again. After meeting a wild lady at a drinking party, his self-proclaimed animation on SNS got popular and was requested to create a music video for Nico Kishiwagi, a singer-songwriter whom he admired in high school. Nico is a singer-songwriter who he has a crush on since his days in high school. However, Nico is the girl that he met during a drinking party.
So wait, is she the wild woman that was at the party?
Yes.
So he basically got to see both. He got to see kind of like the side that he admires of her, and then basically the party girl side of her.
Yes. But he doesn't know that she was the drunk wild girl from the party.
Oh, I'm surprised. Unless it's one of those things where she was kind of wearing like sunglasses and the face mask type of deals. Also,
Probably.
yeah, or at least like a hoodie or something. I'm surprised he didn't recognize her in the party.
Yeah. But I mean, the manga is about to end on January 25, but it will get an anime adaptation.
Mm,
Although still no release date on when or if it even is in the works.
okay. Okay, so that's not bad. At least basically, at least the good part is that seeing as how it's pretty much a popular manga that recently ended. We could at least expect if the anime does well, maybe like a good maybe 3 seasons out of it.
Somewhat, yeah, maybe three, maybe four.
Yeah.
Considering it's 48 chapters, they could prolong it and do a good few chunk of seasons out of it.
Okay. Yeah. No, if it's 48, then I would say probably like three or so, 3 or 2 ish. Probably like 2 long seasons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But since
Uh,
it's a rom com, my guess is each season will have 12 episodes or 13.
Yeah, yeah, because typical rom coms usually go for the. It's rare that a rom com goes beyond like 12 episodes a season. So I'll say probably then 3 or 4 would be the best guess if it gets multiple seasons.
For all you Gundam fans out there, Mobile Suit Gundam GQUUUX Beginnings anime movie trailer. It is set to be in theaters in January 17, 2025, re-edited to be a theatrical version,
Okay, so pretty much they're taking the series and making.
making the theater version of the series.
Okay. I mean that sounds pretty cool.
Aside from that, we have the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world is listed to have 12 episodes.
Okay. I think we mentioned this one in one of the earlier podcasts. Isn't it kind of like something kind of like sort of a common rider Power Ranger type of MC that gets isekai?
Yeah, and instead of acquiring new powers, he pretty much brings his abilities into the isekai world.
Nice. I mean, truth be told, if you're gonna get isekai, it's good to have these power ups anyway, just in case you find like a Griffith or Oryx or some shit that try to greet you on your new world.
Now, diverting from that, talking about something funny since we're on the topic of anime. The world's largest anime piracy site has surpassed both Disney Plus and Crunchyroll in monthly visits.
Wait, no way.
Here are the numbers. The unknown website, 364 million visits. Disney Plus having 343 million. Crunchyroll having 125 million. And there's another note here. For privacy reasons, we shall keep the pirated website as unknown website so that they do not get taken down by jealous competitors.
By jealous competitors. This is hilarious. So basically, reading from this, and I do get it. People would really, for sure, rather risk nuking their computer with pop ups, ads and stuff, rather than give basically Disney or Crunchyroll their money and all that, and basically so that way they're able to watch shows from the pirated sites that won't be taken off.
Oh yeah.
That's a little funny
I
though.
mean, I'd rather watch something for free than having to pay monthly like budgets for streaming sites.
Yeah, to be told, I mean that's also mainly due to the fact that pretty much Disney, at least Disney Plus, or actually Crunchyroll too, they keep raising the monthly prices. So when it gets to that, it's like okay, maybe the high seas aren't a bad idea.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it's like we're already paying tons of money for other streaming sites and manga sites to read mangas like undisturbed and like edited and whatnot, and
Hmm.
just having to pay like another subscription fee along with like bills and all this stuff. It just gets tiring.
Yeah, yeah, it does get tiring, especially like if you're one of the people that tends to budget like their monthly expenses and all that, and then like later on in the month you get a notice that hey, we're raising our subscription prices again, so now you're going to be charged this. It's like at some point, that does lead to just saying fuck it. You know what? I'm just going to cancel these and I'll figure out how to get my manga and my anime fix elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And for the same reason of that article, we won't be disclosing the name of those sites either. So yeah,
Oh yeah. Even though a lot of people have guessed of what the site is, it still remained as unknown website.
still really funny though. They get more monthly visitors than Disney Plus and Crunchyroll.
Oh yeah. I mean, have you seen the dog water that was their latest movie?
Oh, Mufasa.
Yeah.
Yeah, still getting their ass beat by Sonic 3. So that's funny.
This just proves that Disney has to stop making live action.
Yeah, yeah. Or at least basically in some aspects stop making live action.
They just need to stick to animated stuff like DC.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, just look at their new show,
Oh,
Creature Commandos.
I heard Creature Commandos is pretty good.
Oh, dude, from what I've seen, oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, man, it's a wonder. Basically, DC's turning their stuff around. So one could only hope that it's like you know,
Them going into more of the gory side of DC works for them because everybody fucking loves this shit.
no, because at least from a fan perspective, I kind of view DC more as the darker, grittier side of superhero comics. So it works.
But the thing about it is that in our state of growing up, they never touch the whole blood and gore, even though they're more of a like you said, more of the dark aspect where everyone has a tragic background and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But actually, them saying, you know what, screw it, let's release a series with blood and gore and see how the fans take it. It goes perfectly with their storytelling of dark, nitty gritty aspects mixed in with the gory side of media.
Mhm.
It fits. There's no
Mhm.
reason. There's no need to censor anything. You know, people already know. this is for mature audience, so they know what they're getting into.
No, exactly, exactly. So I mean, and you know that's a bright part about it too, because I know the storytelling is one of the things that people are like raving about for Creature Commandos and stuff. That it's like, oh, you know, like whenever a character passes or whenever they pass another character's backstory, like a lot of people are praising it.
Oh yeah.
You know, oh yeah, I mean, it's good to see that, and it's even more funny still to see that that the high seas of anime are alive and well,
Oh yeah, for sure.
just like Goldie
Uh,
Roger intended.
haha, funny.
Now, but continue.
Getting back into anime, from the tangent.
Yeah.
I'm Getting Married to a Girl I Hate in My Class light novel series will end on January 24, 2025, with volume 10.
Okay. Okay. So it lasted a good while actually. If it's 10 volumes, because I know the anime recently came out and it looks pretty funny, at least from the clips I've seen. So might want to check it out in the near future.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
it's pretty good. I mean, how else are you gonna end or extend a series of two characters that hate each other, then slowly start to build a relationship where it's like, okay, I kind of hate you now.
I don't hate you. I don't want to kill you as much.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to hate you as much because certain reasons and X, Y, Z.
Yeah, exactly. It was good. It was good to see at least that the anime is also getting some good marks in its. I think the first episode barely came out, so yeah. I feel like the live albums are worth checking out.
Now to a series I recommend.
Oh, okay.
Headhunted to Another World from Salaryman to Big Four is listed with 12 episodes.
Okay.
And as of yesterday, it has 2 episodes out now.
Oh, okay. So wait, when did this come out?
It came out in the beginning of this month.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it came out. Yeah, because I think we're already in the second, heading into the third week of January. So wow, I should be told. I think this one slipped past my radar.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's hilariously funny because you just have this salaryman
Hmm.
who has no powers whatsoever. He gets isekai'd and he's fully expecting, oh, what cool abilities I'm gonna get. Nothing. Bupkis.
Ah, that's the worst fucking isekai fate you could get.
And he didn't get summoned by a goddess or any other stuff.
Hmm.
He got isekai'd by the Demon King himself because he needs a, I guess you could say, another view,
Hmm.
another like outside view on how to maintain his army as one of the strongest.
So he needs a consultant.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he saw that he was the perfect guy to be like the manager of all of the soldiers in his army
Hmm.
and to have a relationship with other neighboring tribes and villages of like demons, orcs, ogres, and the like.
Hmm.
But let me read you the official description. In an alternate fantasy world, the Demon King reigns with a formidable army led by his four heavenly kings. One happens to be Uchimura Densuke, a normal salaryman unexpectedly plucked from his mundane life by the Demon King himself. But even in a new realm, Ochimura is bestowed no particular powers whatsoever. Can he survive treacherous missions with only the knowledge of his office work?
Damn. So it seems like this dude is really in for it.
Yes, but from what I read in the manga, he makes it work and gets praised by the Demon King himself when the other heavenly kings are getting jealous because it's like, oh, I was never praised by the Demon King, and this fucking guy comes out of nowhere and suddenly he's getting praised from all the shit that we were supposed to accomplish.
because you don't know how to negotiate like this dude apparently.
Yeah, because they think that the way to negotiate is by swinging a sword and being like, "I am stronger than you."
Ah,
When,
okay.
when the way he sees it is like, you know what? Let's just come to an agreement. You want X and Y, and I want Z. So let's come to a negotiation and see how we both benefit from this relationship.
So I do like this take because I do like this take on this isekai, mainly because instead of like, oh yeah, we're gonna basically power up and get ready to become like a hero and take out the Demon King. My man is solving all these issues just with a silver tongue.
Pretty much, anything. If this anime proves almost everything can be negotiated.
Oh yeah, no, like especially when it comes to it's even more tougher when you're the representative of the fucking Demon King.
Yeah, you were just this normal businessman. Boom, get plucked from your world to another world, and the Demon King is suddenly like, "You will be one of my four heavenly generals. Now you're in charge of negotiation. I'm in charge of fucking what?"
Oh man, and I think you explained to me last because I think you brought it up like a while back. This manga, but why is just exactly the Demon King want to negotiate with the humans? I thought he didn't like the humans.
No, he doesn't want to negotiate with humans. He wants to have he wants his army to be an unstoppable force. But in order to do that, he wants a outside perspective to negotiate with other monster tribes to join his army so that they can crush humanity.
Ah, okay, got it. So he bought it. So he bought in the salary man to negotiate with different monster species and races, so that way they could create like essentially one big united army.
Exactly. But the other generals find it hard because he's human.
Okay. And so basically, it's like he's the only human that the DB keeps telling. Is like, no, you can't. If I see any of you motherfuckers do anything to him, you're gonna find out real soon what's gonna happen.
Pretty much.
Shit's hilarious.
Now, moving on from that one, we have a bit of an odd one.
All right, go for it.
Fermented Cuisine by Ao Ashi is getting an anime adaptation.
Okay, I think this is the cooking anime, right?
Yeah, but the reason I say it's a bit of an odd one is it only has 4 chapters, and the chapter 4 was last updated and translated on May 9th, 2020.
Damn. So near 5 years.
Yeah, and it's still marked as ongoing, but it's been in a really long hiatus. There's no information, no news about why it's in a long hiatus, and a lot of people are pretty much wondering when chapter 5 is going to be released. But I have researched it, I have looked upon the chapters. They're pretty long chapters.
So what would you say, like on average, like page wise, like per chapter?
Page wise? That's a really good question.
No,
If I have to remember the amount of pages it has, I'd want to say probably 49 pages each chapter.
okay, so let's for kind of the more, I guess, to ease
Let's
to
say
make
let's just round it up and say
yeah.
let's say 50 chapters. 50 pages per chapter.
Okay, yeah, no, that's actually fairly long pages or fairly long chapters and stuff. It's still kind of and not saying it in a hating sense, but it's more in a confusing sense that they're making an anime adaptation for a manga that only has 4 chapters and Yeah, that only has four chapters. It's been in hiatus for 5 years.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, it has a rating of perfect 5 stars.
Damn, really?
Yeah, for a manga that only has 4 chapters and it's last updated from 2020 on May, it has surprisingly 5 star rating.
Hmm.
Oh
No,
well, to be more exactly, 4.71 out of 5.
I mean that's truth be
It
told,
pretty much
that's pretty much a
it's still a perfect 5 star rating, almost
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. It's almost perfect, and so I'm surprised. I'm surprised this is getting an anime adaptation. But I mean, it seems like it was a fairly popular manga back then or years ago. So, and then I mean, it doesn't hurt that, and that
Yeah,
is a
because it debuted on, I want to say, around November 19. So
mm,
it's pretty much been out November. Got updated on January 2020. Then chapter 3 was added in on May 2020, and then again on May 2020 chapter 4, and then from there just disappears.
okay. Oh, that's no, that's still interesting. Oh, I mean, it seems like people really enjoyed it. So I mean, it's yeah. And truth be told, you can't really go wrong with cooking manga either. So I mean, if it's one of those things where the anime adaptation does it justice, and all right, I'm down for it.
Let me read you the description just so you have a taste of what it is.
Okay.
Um, Gaku Kida is a prodigy with mathematics and a scholarship holder at Wells Private Academy, a renowned industry with a long history of international mathematics Olympiad. After a series of unfortunate events, he meets Kai Asakura, a culinary prodigy with his own catering business. What does the future hold for these two geniuses, and how do their paths intertwine with each other?
Okay. All right. So
So you pretty much have a culinary genius and a mathematical genius, I guess you could say, teaming up to open a restaurant.
Hmm. Yeah, you know what this sounds like? It sounds like kind of one of those slice of life animes, but that goes more in depth between. I guess with the topics that goes more in depth with the topics that they're talking about. So essentially, it doesn't just seem like we're getting just a regular cooking show or cooking anime. It seems like we're also getting kind of like what goes beyond or what goes behind running kind of like a restaurant or a cafe, kind of like the business side of it.
Yeah. I mean, it is tagged as shonen and slice of life.
Okay.
Shonen, I still don't know why.
I guess to be fair, the shonen tag can be expanded a lot. I mean, for example, Love is War was considered shonen, so and that was surprising when I found out.
I mean, true, true.
Because I mean, as far as I know, I didn't see any basically high level boxing in Love is War.
I mean, there was Chica beating the shit out of what's his name?
Oh, out of fuck, he was my dog too.
Damn, he's your dog, and you don't remember his name?
It's been a while. It's been like 2 years since the manga ended. Ishigami.
Yeah, with a paper fan.
And then he got his get back by beating Chica in the arm wrestling contest.
Oh god. Anyhow, uh, on to my last update
God.
on anime news. My friend's little sister has it in for me. Anime premieres October 2025 by Studio Blade,
Mm-hmm.
and it is from the same author of Days with My Stepsister, which aired and already concluded a while ago. But just to give you a description on the stepsister one, if a girl teases you, that means she likes you. Unfortunately for Akiteru, uh, who knows from experience that this isn't the case, because every girl he interacts him shows him with nothing but scorn. and he has not scored a single date from it. Luckily, he's more concerned with securing a spot at a gaming development company from his buddy's uncle's business. So this is his friend's uncle.
Oh, okay.
Gave him the job of like, hey, you want to work for my gaming like company? You gotta go through the interview and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. So he got a hookup. He got a hookup for an interview.
Yes, but it is a hookup with a little red uh, text on the bottom of the contract.
No. See, that's where they get you. That's where they end up getting you in the end with some of these kind of like contracts and stuff.
And here is the clause.
Hmm.
But when his uncle throws him a condition that involves playing the part of his daughter's boyfriend, Akiteru has no choice but to take it. What will his best friend's sister, Ihora, who bullies him relentlessly, think of the news?
So she has feelings for him.
She has feelings for him, but it's one of those classic tropes of like, oh, if I pick on him, I'll get my message across by like, yeah, I have feelings for you.
Or you could just get your message across by saying, "Hey, I got feelings for you. Let's give it a go, shall we?"
Yeah, but that's no fun. That doesn't make for interesting anime. You want to see the bully somehow be the kawaii uh, protagonist. That's like, ooh, man, you know what? I'm not gonna pick on you because I actually have feelings for you.
Yeah, how else is the dude supposed to know? And yet, I have a feeling that this is going to turn out to be one of those ones where when she sees him and his boss's daughter out as kind of pretending to be a couple, she's going to get insanely jealous. Like, oh well, wait a minute, what do you mean he's not going to be coming around anymore? I was like, I
How am I
mean,
supposed to kick his ass now?
I mean, you can still try to kick his ass. Who knows if the girl will kick your ass? But that's we'll leave that up to fate, shall we?
Yeah, but
No,
that is it for my part in anime update and news.
no, yeah, but no, that does sound fire though. That sounds pretty cool. So going into my half of some of the anime news, let me pull up my
Wow,
notes
you're not
here.
even ready yet?
I'm partially ready. I mean, sometimes you got to get into the gist of this stuff, you know.
Ha, you said jizz.
Gist, Gist.
I know what I heard.
That's the way. So starting off with an anime that's coming out July 2025, Tongan Iki. I believe the full translation is Tongan Iki Legend of the Crisp Blood. It's scheduled to premiere in July 2025. So a quick overview of it. I'm reading the synopsis from my anime list, but I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So it seems like individuals with Momotaro and Oni blood coursing through their veins, they have a long-standing rivalry. The Oni are careless, rash, and disorderly, while the Momotaro protect the human world from the uncontrollable Oni. Shiki Ichinose is a reckless and irresponsible teenager, aware of its defiance and even proud of its expulsion from school. Despite Shiki's rebellious attitude, his foster father, Tsuyoshi, cares about him deeply. Tsuyoshi's selfless love is soon shown in an explosive incident when a Momotaro barges in looking for Shiki. As a Momotaro himself, Tsuyoshi has been hiding Shiki for years, keeping his Oni origins a secret, even from him. As he gives up his life to Shiki and confesses everything in his dying breath, Shiki's Oni blood awakens for the first time, transforming him into an unruly monster overflowing with rage and a thirst for revenge. So, pretty much, from what I'm gathering from the synopsis, is I guess bullet pointed. People with Momotaro Oni blood are beefing with each other, and they've been having a rivalry for ongoing going on for a long time. And seeing as how Shiki is well. from the synopsis, he was adopted by a Momotaro, but even though he has Oni blood, and then his foster father ends up getting killed by another Momotaro. Um, that seems to awaken his Oni abilities, and I'm guessing from there that's when he goes on and learns how, basically starts learning how to adapt more of his Oni abilities and seeking the Momotaro that killed his father. Um, from the looks of this, honestly, this looks pretty cool. I did I did get sort of hyped around it, mainly because of the screen cap for the trailer, where this motherfucker creates. So he's able to create weapons out of his own blood, but isn't any standard weapon. It's got like swords, shurikens.
I have to assume it's more modern weaponry like guns and ARs and stuff like that.
Yeah, like no lie, he's able to create an AR out of his blood, out of his Oni
Okay,
blood.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the cover of Volume One now. He's able to create Uzis out of his Oni blood as well. So yeah, like this seems like a pretty good action anime to or action manga, and then with the anime coming out in July, who knows? Maybe with the watch. The trailer did drop a few days ago, or the first trailer for it did drop a few days ago. So in case you're interested, go ahead and check out the trailer.
Nice, nice. What is it called again?
It's called Tongen Anki. There's two different names for it, so, but I'll go with the name that's on my anime list. Tongen Anki, Legend of the Cursed Blood.
Nice, nice.
Oh, this one you're gonna like. So you watched the first season of I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years, right?
Yes.
All right. So season two did get announced, and it got announced with a new key visual. And fortunately for you, you won't have to wait long. It's coming out
Oh,
April 5th, 2025 by Studio
oh,
Teddy.
that's not that bad.
Yeah, yeah, and it's it makes sense too because I think April is usually the start of the spring season for anime either way. So, basically getting it right off the bat. Um, moving on now, this one I saw. Oh, I saw when they made the announcement, and I was like, we got to include it in this episode. Uh, Ghost of Tsushima Legends anime adaptation announced.
Oh, I heard it was gonna get an anime.
Yeah, and now that I'm recalling it back, so it's going to be the studio Kamikaze Duga, and I believe this is the same studio that did Star Wars Legends, the anime. You've watched that one, right?
I've seen some of it,
Yeah.
but knowing kind of Disney's reputation with Star Wars, I kind of avoided it because I was thinking like, oh, they're just trying to cash in on the anime stuff, and it's gonna be shit like the movies and all that stuff.
Mm.
So I gave it the traditional 3 episodes, and then I was like, I'm not really feeling it, so I pretty much never finished it.
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, the good part is that basically, since this is mainly going to come out, I believe it's exclusive to Crunchyroll. Um, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'm not pretty sure, but I'm guessing it'll follow the same way as Star Wars Legends and stuff, where it's a different anthology, or it's an anthology of different stories based in the Ghost of Tsushima game.
Okay.
Um, but at least from the first visual, it looks pretty. Uh, the animation style looks pretty cool. It's kind of one of those kind of paintbrush styles. Um,
Ah.
so it does pique my interest. Plus, the game is pretty. The game itself was an all-time classic. So
Oh
obviously,
yeah, amazing.
yeah, if you're a fan of Ghost of Tsushima, this seems like worth checking out. The bad part is it's not going to come out until 2027, and there's no set date of when in 2027. But we'll be on the lookout for it, and then if we find out anything, you'll hear it here in the Otaku Kickback sessions.
Seems like a pretty long while to wait.
No, yeah,
But if it's Ghost of Tsushima, then they have to make sure it's a masterpiece in all forms.
oh yeah, no, especially if it's going to be if it is taking the way of like, oh, we're making an anthology and telling different stories based on the universe of that game, or based on the story of that game. Then yeah, I would say, yeah, if you need time to do it, take as much time as you need to.
Just
Um,
not too long.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Not too long.
We want to be able to see this masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm stoked for it. I'm stoked for it after playing the game. And so plus for the new one that's coming out too. Um, Other than that, that seems about all I have for anime news. So for the no 3 episode review on this episode. Currently trying to catch up on checking out stuff. You got kind of busy over the past few weeks at work, so that's it zapped almost all my energy out. Though I do have a manga recommendation.
Oh,
So let me tell you about this. So let me ask you something. For like, since you're a heavy Genshin Impact player, you also played Dark Souls and these different fantasy games.
of course.
Have you ever wondered how treasure chests got to like all these dungeons or the areas where they're located at?
I am wondering, like, who's the entity that sets up all the treasure chests? Because it's not like, oh, I'm at the end of my day, so I'm just gonna put this chest in this random location and just call it a day.
I just thought the guilds just sent a bunch of people, a bunch of like cannon fodder out there. It's like, all right, you know what, you might die, but these chests has got to go out there, dog.
You might die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let me tell you how they get there. It is explained by this manga called Dungeon Elf. What's a dungeon without treasure chests? So pretty much it follows this elf called Snell, and she's basically going on a journey to place these treasure chests in different parts of the world, kind of like either dungeons or I believe in chapter 2 is in Sky City and all that. And along the way, so she's traveling by foot, and along the way she meets different types of creatures, sets up camps and all that. Plus, she also ends up having to fight the different overseers of the dungeon, I guess, the different dungeon masters or the guardians, which is the one thing that she has to do before she could safely set a treasure chest inside like the area that she's setting them at. The first chapter is actually relatively good. She's heading up this kind of like snowy terrain, a snow mountain, to set up a treasure chest and stuff. And once she meets the essentially the guardian of the mountain, she ends up taking it out in one shot. But what makes it interesting is that this is a I think a triple S level ranked dragon, a 3 headed dragon that pops up, um, and she just fucking cuts this dude in half with one swing.
Damn.
What makes it even more dope is the fact that she transforms and she powers up into this dark elf. Because under normal state she has white short hair, but when she powers up to her dark elf state, she ends up growing out her hair as well. And basically, one of her eyes turns black all the way, including the sclera. And so the one part that's interesting is the fact that she's placing these chests out of her own out of her own accord. Like it's revealed at the end of the first chapter that nobody's asked her to place these chests. No guild, no kingdom, no nothing. She's literally going
She's
around.
just, she's just doing it because it's like, oh, I got so much treasure, might as well just go to random dungeons and put some loot for future adventures or something like that.
I would assume so. So far, because I left off in chapter 3, um, so far there isn't a thing that mentions that she's either has a shit ton of treasure that she's leaving around for these adventures and stuff. No, she's just doing it out of her own free will, and that's the funny part too. The only intention that she has is to help out these treasures or help out these adventurers in their journey to gather their reward and stuff.
Okay.
No, yeah, like I would say that the art style is actually pretty good, especially so the first 2 chapters they have essentially kind of one of those one of those stretch panels where you can see where it gives an overview or an overlay of the land that she's exploring and stuff. And they're well designed. They're really well drawn. Um, and so yeah, and this is actually a fairly recent manga released too, because it only has up to 6 chapters, at least according to K Manga's website. Um,
Okay.
and it looks like it gets updated around the 6th of every month. So yeah, I mean, from the looks of it, it does seem like it's an interesting concept. That it does explain or it does provide a story of one of the mechanics behind all these fantasy games. It's like how are these chests placed and where they're placed? Because we never really do think about that. But but yeah, the manga name is Dungeon Elf. What's a dungeon without treasure chest? 6 chapters. You can read it on K Manga's official website or at different websites, and it looks like it's worth the. It's also fairly funny too because she meets a horned slime in chapter 2 that starts eating its own horns and stuff. And, and then she gets curious. It's like, why is it eating its own horns? Turns out it's basically this like delicacy within the Sky City, and she basically she starts falling in love with it. And then basically once she does her finishes up her quest there, the horned slime accompanies her.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, I love just eating myself.
It's fucking this little motherfucker is cannibalizing himself, dog. What the fuck? She does explain that. She does also explain in chapter 2 that yeah, that basically that the slimes in the Sky City taste more better than the ones down on Earth because the ones down on Earth gather all the toxins and stuff from the swamp, and so it makes it non edible.
God.
Oh man, well, yeah. It seems like it's funny. Even without with only one manga recommendation and no anime review, we still got a good hour in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not bad.
yeah, it's still not too bad. But anyway, yeah, that about wraps it up for Taco Kickback sessions. This is gonna come out on the 13th, so at 10:30 a.m. So if you guys are already at work and want to listen to us ramble a bit, hey, thank you for taking the time to give us your ear a bit. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Before Green Specter, I am Easy the Shinobi. You guys have a good weekend. Have a good Monday as well. Stay safe and yeah, continue to kick ass in 2025.
Yeah, and leave the gyms open because I can't go to the gym because all these. I'm gonna start working out, people.
Do you even go to the gym?
Not anymore because all these people. I'm gonna wait for about 3 months. Then the gyms will be empty because everybody would have given up their New Year's resolutions, and I can finally go to the gym in peace.
Man, you're an antagonist on another realm, huh?
I told you, I do not want peace. I want problems.
God. All right, so we'll check back with Green Spectre in April to see if he's actually getting his ass in the gym. But on that note, you guys have a good day, and we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah.